The verdict and plea are in for these guys. So what's next? Well, Donald Trump's tweet today might just be giving us a preview. First up, Paul Manafort, Donald Trump's former campaign manager, found guilty yesterday on 8 felony counts, financial crimes, including bank and tax fraud. The judge in the case declaring a mistrial on 10 other counts because the jury just couldn't reach a consensus. The guilty verdict considered a win for the man leading the Russia probe. Manafort's trial, the first court test for special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. So what does Donald Trump think about the decision? Well, he had a lot to say on Twitter today, including this, saying, "I feel very badly for Paul Manafort and his wonderful family." Now we're going to skip down a little bit to this line where he says, "Such respect for a brave man." This echoing what Trump had to say shortly after the verdict was handed down.
Paul Manafort's a good man. He was with Ronald Reagan. I feel very badly for Paul Manafort.
Prosecutors, by the way, said Manafort made about $60 million working for Russian-backed politicians in Ukraine and took steps to hide the money to avoid paying U.S. taxes. They also painted a picture of a lavish lifestyle that included this headline-making purchase of a $15,000 jacket made from an ostrich. Manafort's legal battle isn't over yet. There's still the question over those 10 lingering charges, plus another hearing on separate charges set for next month. But could Trump's friendly tweet about Manafort be setting the stage for a potential pardon? Well, here's what White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders had to say about that possibility today.
The Manafort case doesn't have anything to do with the president, doesn't have anything to do with his campaign, it doesn't have anything to do with the White House.
Even if it has nothing to do with the president, he still could have the power to pardon Mr. Manafort. Is that something that he's begun discussing with the team? Has he ruled it out? Does it come up? And
I'm not aware of any conversations regarding that at all.
Let's go back to that tweet, the part that we skipped over before, that says justice took a 12-year-old tax case, among other things, applied tremendous pressure on him, meaning Manafort, and unlike Michael Cohen, he refused to make up stories in order to get a deal. So the U.S. president defending Manafort, the man who stayed loyal to Trump, while slamming the man who turned on him. That man, Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's former personal lawyer, who once said he would take a bullet for Trump. Boy, things have changed. Yesterday, Cohen pleaded guilty to campaign finance violations and other charges, saying he made hush payments to 2 women who had alleged affairs with Trump to influence the 2016 election.
Michael Cohen, under oath, pleaded guilty to, among things, paying Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal during the campaign. And he says he did it at the direction of the President of the United States. Did President Trump commit a crime?
As the president said, we've stated many times, he did nothing wrong. There are no charges against him.
Cohen's lawyer saying that Cohen is not looking for a presidential pardon and that his client, Cohen, has information that might be of interest to special counsel Robert Mueller. So what does all this mean for Donald Trump? Well, that is unclear. But here's how some headlines are framing it. The stunning developments, by the way, happening within just minutes of each other. Let's go over here. The Guardian, their headline, Trump's worst hour as former aides guilty of finance crimes. Right over here, the New York Times saying pleading guilty, Cohen implicates president. And finally, this one from the Washington Post saying convictions tighten squeeze on Trump.